Do not seek to correct the faults of the gods, but instead choose to remodel yourself, remake yourself. Now, a lot of us find ourselves going through stuff, and a lot of us perhaps make mistakes, things go wrong, negative things happen. That's life a lot of times. And it's very easy to get to a position where you feel like you're the victim. This doesn't happen to anybody else, etc. Everybody goes through that pretty much at some point, and then we end up blaming the universe, God, or some entity for the things that happen to us, instead of thinking to ourselves, maybe I made a mistake, or maybe this just wasn't meant to be for me, for my soul, whatever. And a lot of us never think to ourselves, what if I just remade myself to be better? What if I could just do better? It's not always that, for sure, that you can always make yourself in every situation. Sometimes things just happen and it is what it is. But there's a lot of situations where we take the role of the victim, and it's a situation where you could be better. For example, perhaps you made a mistake in like your work, and you could actually remake yourself to be better, to not make that mistake. But instead you kind of feel like a victim and you choose the victim path. And same thing perhaps regarding the relationships. Perhaps you could be better socially, or you could have avoided making a certain mistake, and you made a mistake, and instead of correcting it, you kind of end up just in this victimhood that what this only happens to me, everybody else has it easy in this and this. So it's very easy to paint yourself as the victim and to blame the gods, in a sense, for everything that has happened to you, instead of remaking yourself, because that's taking control of fate, and doing the things you need to do is harder than just being a victim and blaming everything else. And just kind of, you could say, I don't really like the word coping, because I feel like it's very negatively associated, but that's kind of what it is. In a sense, it's a way to cope with your lack of doing, the lack of effort you're putting in, and you know you're putting in a lack of effort. And this goes to choosing the easy path versus choosing the hard path in life. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people have the mentality of they want the hard path rewards, but they don't want to go down the hard path. They want to go down the easy path and get the hard path rewards. So they don't want to go and do the hard things, but they want the rewards. So they choose the easy path. Then they expect to get the hard rewards, but they never get them, unless they get extremely lucky by some chance, but that's very rare. And that's what most people hope, is they go down the easy way and they hope for the best. I feel like 90% of people do that pretty much. That's how they end up being. Now, I'm sure we all sometimes wish we could remake the universe, turn back time, choose things differently, do whatever. But you can't do that. You can only do what you do in the present moment, take the action you can take in the present moment to improve your current situation and your future situation. So worrying about things like that is kind of pointless. I've only made a mistake like that like years ago, I think, many years ago. After that, I pretty much learned my lesson on a lot of things about life. So I felt like I've avoided a lot of bad situations just because I knew already what to do. And I know what is up to fate, what is up to me, what can I do better. And that's pretty much how you should always do, is stop being victim. Just think about what mistake did you make and do better. Or can you change yourself in some way to be better? Not always, but a lot of times you can do that. So stop blaming the world, gods, universe for the things that happen to you, regardless of circumstance and things like that. take control of the circumstance you're in, whatever it is, and do the best you can with what you have. That's all you can do in life. And that's kind of the point of this lesson, in a sense, is doing the best you can in the current situation you find yourself in, instead of just complaining and being a victim. That doesn't really get you anywhere. And that's the main key lesson. I mainly came to this idea through reading a book. I was reading Daily Stoic and this idea came to mind. So I feel like it's an important thing to remind of ourselves sometimes, because it's easy to fall into victim mode. A lot of these things, for me personally, are something I learned many years ago, and it's fairly easy to avoid. But that's pretty much the key. If there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to go for something and achieve it, regardless of circumstance, you can try and do it if you really want to. But most people don't want to go down the hard path of actually having to do the hard work to get the rewards. Most people just want to chill, go down the easy path, do whatever job comes across, whatever fate brings to them, go with it, sell for whatever. That's most people. Most people don't want to try, even do the hard things, because they know they could fail many times before they would ever reach it. They don't even know if they're gonna reach what they want to reach. That's the thing about going down the hard path. It's a risk, it's hard, but there's high reward. On the easy path, there's really no risk, pretty much, but there's little reward as well. So it's just like you choose your own path. But my soul personally rejects everything that's easy, because I feel like everything that's easy is not good. There's this actually funny quote, Stoic quote, everything beautiful is good. So when, I don't know if it was Seneca, but anyways, a Stoic philosopher, Plato or Seneca, either way, they said everything beautiful is good. So whether that's like a beautiful artwork, beautiful statue, beautiful, like everything beautiful is good. And I feel like there's some truth to that, for sure. Not always, like in terms of like if we look at objective beauty of a person, that doesn't make you a good person or inherently make that person good just because they're beautiful. But most cases that is actually true. I find this, a lot of beautiful things are good, and a lot of not beautiful things are not good, in a weird way. I don't know. That's just a quote I heard, and I felt like sharing that as well in this video, since we're talking about Stoics. But anyways, focus on not being a victim, instead taking control of your fate. Do not blame the gods, but seek to remodel yourself. I feel like that's the key to ending most situations you find yourself in. Let your soul decide what is for you. If you feel like you want to go down the easy path, take that. If you want to go down the hard path, take that. Whatever I feel like most people do have a calling to the hard path, but they don't want to take it. But choose for yourself. If there's a will, there's a way.